Yo, yo, yo. What is really good, Concrete fam? You are officially locked in and tuned into the urban concrete. And you know how we do it. This is the only spot on the internet where we keep it 100 on the culture. The beef, and most importantly, the absolute facts. We don't do the fluff. We do the real. Today, we are dropping major truth bombs on a clash of the titans that has been shaking up the timeline. We got the firebrand, the young gun Nick Fuentes, going toe-to-toe with the veteran, the heavyweight Jason Whitlock. This isn't just a Twitter spat, y'all. This is a battle of the philosophies. We're asking the big questions. Is it individual accountability, or is it cultural influence? Are we making our own choices, or is the culture out here pulling our strings like puppets? We're breaking down the smoke, the shade, and the real talk. So grab your headphones, get comfortable, and let's get it. Alright, let's set the stage and get into the nitty-gritty. This whole situation jumped off after some wild, tragic scenes in the streets involving names like Austin Medef and Carmelo Anthony. Nick Fuentes hopped on his platform and basically told the world, stop the cap. He's out here saying he's officially tired of the excuses, and he believes the whole world is tired of hearing him too. Now, check the play. Fuentes saying him just coming for the liberals who blame the system or the man. Nah, he's taking direct shots at conservative voices like Jason Whitlock. He's saying that while liberals are stuck blaming the past and slavery, guys like Whitlock are just making a different set of excuses, blaming welfare, blaming hip-hop or the Great Society programs from back in the day. Fuentes' core message is simple, it's heavy, and it's direct. It starts with you. He's saying it starts with every individual making choices, just like everyone else has to do. He's asking the hard-hitting questions that make people uncomfortable, like, who's raising these people? Instead of pointing to some big, invisible force or the government. He's pointing the finger right at the home, the baby mamas, and the baby daddies. He's speaking for everyone fed up with the chaos in cities like Chicago, saying we can't keep hiding behind various things to explain away the brutality. He's demanding a level of accountability that's got the whole internet talking. But hold up, Concrete fam. You know, a vet like Jason Whitlock and just gonna sit there and take that heat without a response. Over at The Blaze, Whitlock is holding it down in what we like to call the culture corner. When Fuentes dropped that monologue, Whitlock didn't hold back. He called that whole vibe demonic. Whitlock's stance is that you can't ignore the environment. He says the real deal problem is a lack of Christianity and a total breakdown of values. He's been out here consistently calling out the destructive nature of what he sees as disc culture and toxic hip-hop. But here's the wild part, and y'all need to listen close. The facts show that these two dudes are actually 98% on the same page. They both recognize that the culture is leaning into some dark places. Whitlock is out here saying we've been trying to fight a spiritual war without the proper armor, which he says is unity and Christianity. But Fuentes hit back with a question that'll make your brain spin. If the music is the only problem, why isn't it hitting the same across the board? He points out that white kids are bumping the same tracks, watching the same music videos, and reciting the same lyrics, but the outcome isn't always the same. So, what is the real X factor that's making the difference? This is where we get into the the urban concrete analysis. Why does that toxic culture land like a ton of bricks on some people but slide right off others? Fuentes says the core mechanism isn't just what is playing on the radio or what is on the screen. It's the home structure. Check the facts. When you take a young person who is lost with no principles and no values, and then you feed them that destructive culture, they're going to process it in a totally different way than a kid with a solid foundation. Think about it. A kid with a home base built on strong principles might hear the music, but they have an internal compass to guide them. But if you got a kid with no father in the house, no leadership, and no guidance, that kid is lost, fam. They're looking for love, they're looking for a map, and they're looking for a tribe in all the wrong places like the streets or the gangs. Fuentes argues it's not an excuse, but a massive breakdown of the leadership gap. It's about who is steering the ship before it even hits the open water. Look, At the end of the day, when you strip away the shade and the back and forth, there is one uncontested truth both these men agree on. Individual accountability is the bottom line. We have to do better. Period. Point blank. Whether you're rocking with Team Fuentes or Team Whitlock, they both agree we gotta address the rot. But here's the gem. Focusing on stuff you can't control, like the system, the industry, or the man, that just ain't the move. Fuentes says the manly move is to look in the mirror and ask, what can I do to fix this? Why waste your energy on factors outside your control when you can control how you respond to the situation? These two guys might argue over that small 2% difference, but they both want solutions rooted in values and responsibility. Fuentes just took it a step further, moving that spotlight from the TV screen directly to the front door of the home. He's saying the solution isn't in a new law or a new song. It's in the parenting and the choices made every single day. So, what's the final word from the urban concrete? This whole debate is like asking if the engine or the driver caused the wreck. Whitlock is looking at the broken engine, the culture, and the lack of faith. Fuentes is looking directly at the driver, individual accountability, and the failure of leadership in the home. But real talk, family, the engine might be smoking and the storm might be raging, but you are the one behind the wheel. Standing up and holding yourself accountable might mean you're standing alone for a minute, but that's the fight. It's not manly to do anything else. Now, I want to hear from the concrete fam in the comments. Are you team accountability or team culture? Who do you think has the facts straight? Drop those comments below, smash that like button, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next drop. We stay building, we stay woke, and we stay real. We out. Peace.